The brand new Shonen Jump series is called Tenmaku Cinema and it's one of the best pieces of fiction that I've ever read. Now, this is a series by Yuto Tsukada who also wrote the highly rated series called Food Wars, which I've never actually read. I mean, I'm more into battle shonen manga, so I'm not really sure about the genre, but if I ever do get the time and the interest that I have on series like this, I might actually give it a shot. I mean, who knows how I can change, because 2 years ago I literally hated anime. I had no specific reason for that. Here I am now talking about anime and manga on my channel. So yes, this manga called Tenmaku Cinema had 3 of its chapters released now, and it's been 3 weeks since it started, and I'm really happy with what we've gotten here. So I am going to summarize the first 3 chapters, give you a plot kind of synopsis to make you decide if you're going to continue reading this series or not. So before we begin, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel, or else I literally have no threat. So let's just begin with the obvious, and that is the plot synopsis. So the story is about a guy called Hajime who was bedridden for most of his teenage life because he had some kind of disease in him and he had to be cured. At that time he didn't have any friends or anything, and the only thing that kept him alive or kept him really happy were movies. Now that he actually goes to school, he's actually a really good student, but his passion about movies has increased. He thinks movies are a work of art and directors and actors are like gods to him. So he actually, loves films in a genuine way. He also has a film club, and the entire school doesn't really revolve around him, and he would never touch directing a short film because he thinks it's a work of art and he is not capable of doing such a pure form. But all this changes when a ghost actually latches onto him, and this ghost is called Tenmaku. He literally says that he's a ghost. He has been here and he wants to write a film for a renowned director. He said that he was writing an amazing script and he was about to hand it over to that renowned director, but he died before that. He doesn't remember how, and that's kind of the mystery. But guess what? He didn't die just before this day. He died 30 years ago, so he doesn't even know because the director, this renowned director, is dead. So he's just haunting him, and he's trying to use his arm to write different scripts, and this is when he meets one of Hajime's classmates. Of course, no one else can see this ghost, and not even Hajime's classmate. She is actually a film actress. She's an up-and-coming actress, and she's kind of amazing in acting. The moment Tenmaku sees her, he just writes a story specifically for her and kind of possesses Hajime's body, and he goes and delivers the script to her and then immediately faints. Well, then Hajime does wake up and he quickly regrets what he did, and he wanted to go and apologize for her, but she's there and she's like, I loved your script. I really need to be part of this film. And that's what the series is about him starting his first ever movie, because she literally calls Hajime her director, and that he has the qualities to become a director because of his immense knowledge of films, about how much he rates about each and every shot that he talks about. He's a fanatic, and now he's about to become a director. Along with the ghost, Tenmaku, who is the script writer, and now this person whose name I literally forgot. It's just been 3 chapters, give me a break. And she is a famous actress, but she is in this movie. So this is what Tenmaku Cinema is about. I just gave you the gist of the first chapter. You can read the second and third chapter, which will be available on Viz Media, but for a limited number of time, because in a week it will not be free anymore. If you're caught up, you can actually read it weekly, that too freely, just like what I am doing. But this is an extremely interesting plot because I really love filmmaking, and filmmaking is everything that I love. I want to be a director someday in the future, and sadly I don't really have ghosts haunting me to write scripts. But Hajime does, and I think this manga deserves a chance, and this has the potential to become a great thing or a masterpiece. I genuinely believe that. I mean, I'm new to Shonen Jump manga, but I did read a lot of manga like Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen. This isn't your typical battle shonen, but I really love everything that this series has to offer. I've read the second and third chapters. I know how this thing is going. They're going to make a film, and he's going to be the director, and I'm really interested in seeing the mystery behind Tenmaku's death, because he doesn't even remember how he died. and what he was doing for the past 30 years as a ghost. This plot is really interesting, and I wish this series is a long-standing series because this is the first ever manga that I've read from the first ever chapter that was released in Shonen Jump. I mean, most of you know that I'm a new anime watcher and manga reader, so this is the first time I'm actually following a series from the first chapter with the very minute release to the end. I'm not going anywhere until Tenmaku Cinema is finished. I really want to know the story. It's not really a suspenseful story, but it's really heartwarming and hilarious. So this is kind of my review and recommendation for one of the most up and coming series from a writer who's already had a new famous series. So that was all for today, guys. If you did enjoy this video, give this video a thumbs up. There is another series called Kill Blue, which is also amazing, which I might talk about in a later video. So if you don't want to miss out on that, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, sayonara guys, Chan out.